Hello there, Mythical Ireland friends and followers around the world. An impromptu live stream today with a major announcement. Please stay tuned. As you know, we regularly stream the Live Irish Myths series on Monday evenings at 8 p.m. Well, today is Friday and it is just after 1 p.m. here in the Boyne Valley, and I have some significant news for you all. Over the next half hour, I will be delighted. You know what it's about already because it's kind of announced, but I'll be only too delighted to take you through the features of the new Mythical Ireland website, which has just launched today. This has been a long time coming, and as some of you who've been following Mythical Ireland for a long time know, the Mythical Ireland website was established in March of the year 2000. So it is celebrating 22 and a half years at this stage. And it went through several iterations. In the old days, it was just clunky sort of HTML and pictures. And then along came video, and then along came more advanced HTML. The website was completely relaunched and overhauled in October of 2017. In conjunction with the launch of my book, Mythical Ireland, New Light on the Ancient Past. Now, the website, which was a big improvement, still lacked a lot of functionality, which I think you'll find in today's stream has been remedied to a significant extent. Now, I'm aware that because it's 1 p.m. Irish time, that it's only 8 a.m., I think, in New York. Am I right? Hang on, 5 hours from 1 o'clock. Yeah, I think that's 8 a.m. And it's 5 a.m. on the Pacific coast. So I'm unlikely to have many viewers, especially from the western part of the States. However, these live streams are always saved, so I will save it. And I hope you will find it a useful guide to how to use the new website, and in particular the new features of the website that I believe make it very powerful. Anyway, I'm not intending to kind of say hello to, well, no, that's not nice, Anthony. You have to say hello to everyone, but that's not the main purpose today. Fiona Newman is looking forward to checking it out, and she's in Ashbourne. Hello, Fiona. Cy is in where is that? Palafrugell. Have you to be frugal and not spend any money wherever that is? Is that in Iceland, is it? But thank you for joining us, Cy. Fergal Canton is in Kilkenny. So anyway, I mean, you may already have, if you're watching, you may already have gone over to the website. It should be live for everyone at this stage. The domain name servers had to change yesterday evening, and it does take a while for the new site to become visible to everyone. So, but I believe it should be visible to everybody at this stage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and take you through all the new features. And I'll be as detailed as I can be. And hopefully you'll find it a very helpful guide to getting the most out of the new website. So just give me a second while I share my screen. Zandru Reguera is saying hello from Argentina. Hello, Zandru. You're very welcome to the stream, where we are announcing that the brand new Mythical Ireland website is live and launched. Well, this is the launch event, as it were. So I am going to, I think, show this on the stream now. Hopefully. There you go. So there's the new website. Now, I know, right? So first thing to say is that it's a new design. It's based on the Shopify platform, but it has been designed in terms of the structure and layout to represent the old or the current website, or the old web, but it's not current anymore, I suppose. So if you've been using the website for the past 5 years, this will feel familiar, but it will look a little bit different for many reasons, which we will come to. Anyway, I'm delighted, really, really happy. I want to say a very special word of thanks to my web designer, Rory Brown, for all his help over the past few weeks. It's been challenging, and it's been interesting. It's been a steep learning curve for me, but I think when you finish watching today and when you get a chance to explore the website, you will agree that it has been worth every ounce and every moment, every bead of sweat that was expended on it. Heather Marie Leaning is watching. Hello, Heather, and I'm glad that you're excited. You can imagine how I feel. The main image on the website is the same. The anchor image, as it were, is the same as on the old website. The top menu is pretty much the same. So we had the homepage, ancient sites, myths and legends, astronomy. We have the shop, we've tours, we've blog, and we've contact. That hasn't changed. Hang on, I need to get rid of that logo. Mythical Ireland logo is getting in the way at the moment, so we'll just hide that for a moment, if that's okay. But you'll notice some new features over here, and we will talk about those. They're very important, these new icons. One of those changes that's very important is the fact that I can take more types of payment now. So if you're buying a book or a calendar or one of Tom King's items or whatever, photographic print, previously I could only take credit card. Now I can take PayPal, and the number of payments that the type of payments that I can take are listed at the bottom of the site. I am hoping to add Revolut as a payment method soon, so keep an eye out for that. It's just not just available right now, but it will be, is the plan. The site detects what country you're coming from, and automatically or I'm not sure if it happens automatically or it may prompt you. If, for instance, you're in Canada, it will say, I see you're in Canada, do you want to display prices in Canadian dollars? That's all automatic, which is fantastic. Deborah Williams is in the house. New site looks great. Can't wait to explore. Brilliant stuff, Deborah. Well, hopefully we'll give you a little bit of a tour first here to help you maximize the new features. Anyway, if you scroll down the homepage, so the new light on the ancient past is the sort of introduction to the website. That has been updated. I've shortened it a bit. And of course, I've just added in here, welcome to the new Mythical Ireland website launched September 2022. That won't stay. That's obviously just a short-term thing. Then the Mythical Ireland 2023 calendar, which is now, as a result of the new website, is now available for pre-order. That calendar is ready to go to print. I will be sending it to print in the coming days, and I reckon I'll have it within a week to a fortnight. So place your order there. And just, I'm sure tons of you have used Shopify websites before. Shopify is a very popular platform. But just for instance, if I wanted to order 2 calendars, I would just click the plus sign there on quantity. Now, I can either add to cart, or I could buy straight away. But you can view your cart then and show the details, of what's in your cart. But again, that checkout or that basket or cart icon, that's what that's there for. So if you click on anything, but there's no need. You don't have to go in there and check out straight away. So I have 2 calendars in there at €30, and I can check out using various methods of payment, and it should add postage automatically, which is another thing which is great. And then you just fill in your details here, your contact information, your shipping address, name, phone, etc., etc., and it will calculate the shipping then at this point. Anyway, that's a very, very, very quick look at the cart. Anyway, so this section is the same. These are the links to the major sections, as it were, other than the blog. The blog is the one area that will be updated the most. The link to ancient sites, to myths and legends, to astronomy and the sky. This section is brand new and I believe is available or viewable throughout the website, all over the website. And that is subscribe to our emails. So you just type your email address in there and hit the arrow, and you're subscribed to the Mythical Ireland mailing list. Now, that mailing list is important because it alerts you in particular to new products, such as I'll be sending out an email over the weekend about the fact that the 2023 calendar is available for pre-order. I am planning to republish in a new format, my novella Land of the Ever Living Ones, which has been out of print for a number of years between now and Christmas, and other things, any sort of major new additions to the site. So definitely subscribe to the emails, because you will, I suppose, arriving into your inbox will be notifications that will say, here's what's new. The blog, the latest posts on the blog. Now, the old blog will be transferred. Some of the old blog posts are there. We have them all. We're just trying to figure out how we add them to the blog, but with the original publication dates on them, so it doesn't look like they were all published on September the 30th, 2022. So there's a lot of blog posts, so that will be added hopefully in the next day or so. And again, all those things are linked at the top. So these three sections: ancient sites, myths and legends, astronomy in the sky, and then the blog posts, they're all available from the top menu: ancient sites, myths and legends, astronomy, and there's the blog there. We'll show you those in a few minutes. And there's a section about my books, that you can add to your cart, etc. The footer, which is the same throughout the website, has lots of links. So there's the about section. Anthony Murphy, that's about me, obviously, and the author of the website. That's about my photography. That's about my writing and my books. The donate page has changed in that something has been added to it, and I'm going to show you that. So you can either access that there, donate/become a patron, or become a patron there. And there's something very important on here that I want to point out. So as well as asking you to become a patron and sort of telling you what you get for being a patron, there's also a section now where you can make a PayPal donation. Actually, you can make a donation using Visa card or whatever. Any donation of €10 or more will be rewarded with a PDF poster of Nouth, as shown below. So this poster here will be, if you make a donation, whether a one-off or a monthly donation, you'll get a copy of this sent to your email. This is just a nice way of saying thanks to people for their support. That is a poster featuring a lot of photography from Nouth, a lot of the curbstones and the megalithic art, some pictures from inside the passageways, some pictures taken at night, including a map of the site and its satellite monuments. So that is, I think, you'll find a nice addition. And also, as I say, the patronage, which is hugely important to the continuous functioning of Mythical Ireland. Thank you, Leon Connor, who says, looks sharp. Marianne Kinja is in the house, gives us the thumbs up. Fergal says, check spelling of Tuatha Dé Danann title on Myths and Legends page. Yes, something that is very welcome is proofreading. I will take a note of that. Spelling Tuatha Dé Danann title. Thank you for that, Fergal. Yes, indeed. Now, you can create an account on the website. This is very handy if you're coming back regularly, and especially for when making purchases. So up here, if you click this icon here, it will ask you to log in. And when you enter your email address, it'll send you a login code. And I think it'll remember that after the first time. Now, it is absolutely not mandatory to set up an account whatsoever. No, not mandatory at all. So you don't need to, even if you're coming back regularly, and even if you're purchasing books and calendars and photographic prints and hand-forged items and everything else, you don't need to create an account. It's not obligatory. Some people find it very handy to do so, but my advice, the advice that I've received is you should not make it obligatory, because you're just reducing the likelihood of people making purchases. You're adding a step that's not, as I say, required per se. Now, the sections all have a new look. So if you, for instance, if I click on ancient sites, this looks different than it looked on the old website. We have these shallow banner images above each. So, this is the main ancient sites would be, the main monument featured in ancient sites is Newgrange or Sheed and Broga, to give it its old name. And I like to use its old name. Pardon me, I'm going to sneeze. God bless me. Oh. And if you scroll down, you'll see each. I do I do need to make a slight adjustment of some of the images, but I think it's more colorful. It's nice and bright and colorful, and so that's the new ancient sites section. Um, whereas previously it was actually the way it worked on the old website was when you clicked ancient sites, there was a drop down here. When you click there, you get a drop down. Newgrange, Sheet and Braga, 101 facts about Newgrange Nouth, etc. And you clicked there. Now you get each one displayed with an opening sentence or paragraph about what's contained in there. And the same for the other sections, the myths and legends section. Irish magic and Tua de Danans. De Denans, yes, indeed. There is a peculiar spelling of that, so I must just double check that. In terms of the text on the photographs, should be the same as they were on the old website, except for there is a new design. The old website was black text on a white background. This is black text on a slightly grey background. It just makes it easier on the eyes when you're reading a lot of material, rather than have it on a black. It's just one of those little improvements. Astronomy, also same thing again. Each individual article with that photo will definitely have to be changed with an individual photo, and then you can click on each one. And then on some of those pages, there'll be a section where you can, for instance, any of these photographs that may have astronomy as their theme, you can purchase those in the shop. And again, you could just click on that there, click add to cart, and add it to your cart and check out whenever you like, basically, so I hope you like those. Let's just very quickly actually just have a look at one of the articles. Again, main image, which is very large. That's something I would take feedback on, actually. Is it too large? If you're browsing on a computer and you click on Newgrange and you want to read about Newgrange, you have this huge image that you have to scroll past to start seeing any text. Is it too big? Maybe that's something people would want to give feedback on. Now, it does look different on a phone. On a phone, you're going to be... Now, let me just see if I can bring this up, actually. Let me just quickly browse to... On the phone, the menu is a little drop down. So ancient sites and Newgrange, Sheet and Broga. Yeah, so the main picture doesn't fill the page. You get some text on the phone. On the computer and perhaps on a tablet it does. But as photography is hugely important to Mythical Ireland, and always has been in terms of the website and the books and the calendars, maybe it's a good thing, and maybe it's good that it's image rich, but that's maybe something you'd want to give me some feedback on. Now, the shop is a drop down. You can't just click on shop and go to the shop, because, sorry, I keep clicking on the menu on the live stream instead of the menu on the actual page. Deborah Williams likes the size of the photo, as does Maris Alves. Yeah, good. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's very impressive, but maybe it's just for convenience, not what people want. So there are various sections here. For instance, if you click on books, obviously it brings you to the section where my books are for sale. Missing from this, of course, as it has been for several months, is Newgrange Monument to Immortality, which is now out of print and it is not being republished because it's a little bit out of date and needs to be basically redone. So there are 8 remaining books that are available. The only one is Land of the Everliving Ones is actually the digital copy. That's the Amazon Kindle version, but that will be republished in a new format, hopefully before Christmas. So again, sign up to the mailing list to be made aware of when that happens. Also in the shop, Photographic Prints. Again, that's a drop down. There's a significant amount of photography for sale as prints or mounted prints. So you can check those out at your leisure. There are 2 standard sizes: a medium, which is a 12-inch by 8-inch print, which I think is 30 centimeters by about 20 centimeters. And then there's a large version, which is 18 inches by 12 inches, which I believe is 45 centimeters by 30 centimeters. And you can choose from a huge array of photography. And that's one page of 3 for Newgrange. So if you're, for instance, I really love. Of course, I'm biased here because I took this photo, but um, I don't think there are many pictures of Curbstone 52 at Newgrange that are better than that one. So here you go, mounted or unmounted. Choose unmounted. I want to go for the large one. In other words, that's a print that will be sent to you in a card tube, just like this. Which means the print is protected. It won't be bended or folded in transit. The mounted versions are packaged very well, just for your information. So again, there's a whole load of stuff there. I mean, if you're interested in some Glendalough photography, there's some photographs from Glendalough there. If you're interested, if you're like myself from Drogheda, and you want some nice images of Drogheda, there's some nice pictures there. Anyway, that's the photography. Hand forged artworks, of course, relate to the wonderful works of Tom King on Gobba. And you can see his picture there at the top of his section. Now, 2 new additions. They hand forged steel Bridget's crosses. There's a large version and a small version. Now, we will, talking to Tom about this in the background, these photos are a little bit confusing in that, you know, it's hard to tell which one is which because they're not to scale. They both fill out to the edge of the photo, and you can't see that one is actually quite a lot larger than the other. So what we'll do is we'll organize a photo shoot at Tom's Forge in the coming weeks, and we'll get proper photography taken of those. Tom has been selling the Bridget's crosses for a while. As you know, we gave one away on a live stream earlier in the year. And a high value item and a really, really beautiful piece of work. I think you'll agree. And all the other existing items, such as the Triskel pendant that I am currently wearing. That's that one there. The calendar, which I mentioned already, that is the 2023 calendar. It's completely designed. That image there, sorry, I'm out getting stuck. That's live TV for you. That image there shows this is what the cover looks like. And then these are the 12 photos used on the months inside. Apologies. So just to show you the 2022 calendar, which is on my wall here. So this is what the calendar looks like. It's an A3 calendar, spring bound, and hung from the top, and with all the month dates information here, and the front of the calendar has that very impressive image on it. So what you're seeing here is the main image that will be on the cover of the calendar, and then each of the images: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, for the 2023 calendar. Get your orders in now. I'm not putting in a limitation on quantity just at the moment, but definitely always recommended to get orders in early because of the Christmas rush. That there were people who ordered calendars a week from Christmas last year and the year before who didn't get them on time for Christmas, just in case. But a lot of people maybe not looking for them till for early January. So a huge amount to choose from in the shop, and a brand new innovation, which is the Mythical Ireland gift card. Now this is a virtual gift voucher. You literally select a gift voucher for €10, €25, €50, or €100, and you can send that to a loved one as a birthday present or a Christmas present or a Valentine's Day present or whatever you like. That can be redeemed against books, against calendars, photographic prints, hand-forged artworks, and tours. Now, I will be talking about tours in a moment. Give me a second, making sure I'm covering everything that needs to be covered. What sizes of print can you order? Maria Maris Alves asked. I think that you may have asked that before I said the sizes. 12 inches by 8 inches and 18 inches by 12 inches is the large size. Brilliant. Now, what else? Yeah, so as I said before, you can easily select. So say you wanted to get gift cards for 5 relatives. You just click the plus sign there and click 5 gift cards, add to cart. And you'll notice that that 2 has suddenly gone to 7. And you can either view your cart to see what's in it, or you can check out, or continue shopping, or continue reading or browsing, whatever it is you happen to be doing on the website. So that's very handy. Yeah, the gift voucher, I think that's a huge innovation. That's something I've never been able to offer before. So absolutely, if it's a present for somebody else and you're not sure if they prefer this book or that book, or if you're not sure which of Tom's items, for instance, they might want to buy for themselves, or if you're not sure which photographic print, whether they'd like a picture of Newgrange or a picture of Tara or a picture of Loch Crew, this is the way to go. Click on your, sorry, I keep doing that. Click on this screen instead of this one, and add to basket. The blog, as I said earlier, is not fully populated just yet. When it is fully populated, it will have all of the old blog posts on it. Now, as I said to you, what I'm hoping there is that they will be arranged chronologically, and the date that's on them here will be the date that they were originally published on the former website. I think that's important. That's why we're trying to. Rory is just in the background looking at how to. He's looking at how to automate that. To do it manually would take a long time, because there's lots and lots and lots and lots of blog posts. Now, so you click on, again, it's displayed, the way it's displayed is like the sections where there's a picture and a title and then an introductory paragraph or sentence. And then you click on either the photograph or the title to get into the actual article. This is a brand new blog post I shared last night just to get the site up and running. This is about forknocks from the air. But something you'll notice at the bottom is that you can now comment on the Mythical Ireland blog, which again I think is a brilliant function, because what I've been doing over the past 5 years, is the most updated section of the website is the blog, and will continue to be. That's the section where I generally add articles and photographs and videos and other things. And this makes it more interactive. You may have spotted something in one of the images that I share, or in the text, that is interesting to you. You may have a comment to make, you may have a suggestion, whatever, and all you need to do there is enter your name, Anthony Murphy, blah blah blah, mythicalireland@gmail.com, and your comment. I think this is the greatest load of SH1T I ever read, which is probably what 1 or 2 people will write. Edie is asking an interesting question. Do your photographs have a digital download? Not yet, but I'm told that I can have that feature. And probably the biggest reason I haven't done it so far is I need to think around the idea that if somebody is able to pay for and download a high resolution version of your photograph, in order to prevent, and this is not a reflection on you or anyone else, but in order to prevent basically copyright theft, somebody from reproducing that image and selling it, I have to investigate how that would best be done, Okay. So you can comment on the blog posts. And as I say, this is the section of the website that will be updated most often. So like the habit that I'm in, and I suppose this is probably the habit that a lot of people who provide content and who write and who have a blog, is that I create a blog post and then I share it to social media. So you get to see the image and a paragraph, and then the link takes you to the site. Now, if you want to share, if you want to share a blog post or the website, there are the share icons at the bottom of the page for Twitter, for Facebook, for Instagram, and for YouTube. So you can share using those buttons without actually having to copy and paste the link. But I suppose a lot of people just copy and paste the link, which isn't a problem either. Yeah, so that's the blog. Now, the third of the icons at the top that I hadn't explained is the search, and this is another absolutely revolutionary piece of functionality from the point of view that I previously did not have a search facility on the website. So, for instance, if I'm coming onto the Mythical Ireland website and I want to learn more about Fornox, and immediately look, the results start showing themselves. But if you hit enter, it brings you to a page of results. Now, some of these are products. These are photographic prints that are for sale. But you can go, sorry, I keep clicking the wrong screen. You can go, sorry. Yes, that's showing only, no, it isn't, of course. That's me. That's just me being silly. So there's a blog post. That's actually, that's in the ancient site section. That's the main article about Fornox. And down here you have the brand new blog post that was only shared last night. Fornox from the air, and several other blog posts which may mention Fornox somewhere along the way. The Cygnus Enigma, Baltray, Standing Stones, Ancient Astronomers of the Stone Age, which is a very lengthy article. Lots and lots and lots and lots of reading on Mythical Ireland. Something I think for everyone, and keep you reading for hours. If you were to get lost in the website, you literally would get sort of buried deep in it and not come out for a couple of hours. Now, the most important thing is, I should have said this at the start, but it is scrolling along the screen at the bottom. If you're making any purchases on the website, in order to celebrate the new version of the website, there is a 10% discount on all orders. So if you order one book or one print, you get 10% off. But if you order a clatter of things, it takes the 10% off at the checkout. The code is scrolling along the bottom of the screen there. Myth Iron New, MYTHIRENEW, Myth Iron New. So, and so if, for instance, you're ordering the new calendar, please, by all means, enter in the discount code, and you'll get your 10% at checkout. MYTHIRENEW, and that's all in capitals. I'm not sure if that works in lowercase, so just put it in capitals just in case. But that was probably the most important one for now in terms of if you want, for instance, as I say, the calendar. Usually when the calendar becomes available, there's a huge flurry of orders, and Huey, I'm going to display this comment, and I want to make a response to this. Whoever this is, Huey, EUGHI, thought this was a talk about Mythical Ireland, not a pure selling site. I'm out. Well, Huey, what I want to point out to you is I have spent 23 years of my life researching this stuff and reading and writing about it. I actually work full time. Mythical Ireland does not provide me with a full time income. I actually really, really take exception to comments like that. But I would comment that yours is a name or a handle that I haven't seen before. It's interesting that you should choose to make a negative comment at this point in time. If you're out, by all means, there's the door, and I don't mind. And all the very best to you, and good luck to you. But when you spend 23 years of your life invested in something, and you want to put your work in front of people, well, you see how it is then from the other point of view. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Anne Scott Doherty's in the house. She says it looks great. I'm glad you like it, Anne. And as I say, regular updates coming on a daily basis, hopefully. Tom Trees says the new site looks great. Definitely, we'll be having a mooch about later. Great stuff, Tom. And as I say, I would encourage you all, if you do nothing else on the site, sign up for the email. Sign up for the emails. Get yourself on the mailing list, because the special offers and anything new that's coming up will be announced on there. Now, and perhaps just to return to that negative comment, Mythical Ireland is still principally an information resource. I don't know if there are many. In fact, I know that there aren't many people who are providing such an extensive array of information about ancient and prehistoric and mythological Ireland. So it is primarily still an information site and very visual. It's funny the way in this day and age a lot of people sort of behave. Sorry, a lot of people, a small proportion of people behave in a very sort of privileged manner, as if there's some entitlement to, endless reams of free content where the person producing it never gets paid for it. So it is still, and as far as I'm concerned, always will be, principally, foremost, an information resource. In other words, if you never buy anything on the website, if you're not a patron, if you don't donate, you will still have access to an extraordinary array of information, photography, and video content. For instance, if you're on the YouTube channel, there are hundreds upon hundreds of hours of videos on the YouTube channel. So if the commercial aspect of it turns you off, that's okay. You do not need to subscribe to anything, to have an account in anything, to pay anything to have access to all of this. Everything in the blog will be free. Everything that you've seen today, the access is free. Patrons, on the other hand, they get special treatment because they're helping to fund Mythical Ireland. They're helping to pay for all these developments. So, for instance, currently patrons have access to a short version of the Michael Quirk interview. Michael is the 82-year-old Shanachie in Sligo, the woodcarver, and a full-length version of that is currently being made. That work is being paid for by patrons, so they will get that first and foremost, long before anybody else will. Anyway, I think I've said enough about that. It sort of shouldn't dwell on one negative comment, but it is worth pointing out that that is still the basic tenet of Mythical Ireland, that it is still first and foremost a resource, and a huge amount of that is available without having any obligation otherwise. Chungus Khan, nice view from Fornox atop the passage tomb yesterday. Was that on the stream? Were you watching that, or were you up there yourself? Yes, indeed, Chungus. Yes, indeed. Anyway, that is the new site, the brand new version of Mythical Ireland, which, as I say, was actually launched 22 and a half years ago, long before platforms like Shopify, long before what you might call Web 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever version of the web we're on now. But back in the day where you just typed text in, colorized it, made the background a particular color. And this is back in the day of dial-up internet, when you had to scan photographs from prints before digital cameras, by the way. There were no consumer level commercial cameras available in the year 2000. I remember having to scan lots of prints, photographic prints and slides. And then you had to reduce the photographs because the loading speeds were so slow on dial-up that your photographs had to be less than 10 kilobytes, which meant they were ridiculously compressed, tiny photographs, pixelated with no detail. It's really amazing how far the internet technology has come, and how the internet has improved as an experience. And it's very immersive, Oh yeah, don't forget the videos and films section, which contains at the moment, it contains the Meaning of Myth series about various topics, such as Bridget and Fintan MacBorcra, the Salmon of Knowledge, and Mata, the creation myth, etc., etc. But aside from that, the YouTube channel, of course, with all those videos on it. Anyway, that has been. I need to get back to work. It's lunchtime, and I'm doing this at lunchtime. Hopefully, if you haven't been seeing this live, you're going to get back to it later on in the day. And if you have any questions or queries, the contact form. Sorry, I should show you that too, which I didn't. That's an omission. Pardon me. I need to put this share screen thing back up. So up here on the top menu is the contact form. So you just type your name, your email, your phone number, and your comment. Your question, if you have a question for me. The contact page on the old website didn't work for a long time, which I regret, and I couldn't get it fixed. So there were people who were trying to contact me using the old contact form who weren't able to contact me and who found other ways. But some people, I assume, now think that I'm rude and I don't reply to emails because they didn't get a reply. I assure you that's not the case. It's just that it wasn't working. This one is working, has been tested. So if you want to send me an email, please do send me an email. Anyway, that's it, folks. I hope that you enjoy it, or hope that you've enjoyed this introduction. It's a very exciting day for me personally. I've, as I say, invested a huge amount of my life into this whole project, and it's nice to be able to share it back, whether you are investing or not, as in spending any money. It doesn't matter. I won't hold that against you. A lot of people don't have that much money to spend anyway, so that's fair enough. As I say, a lot of it will always remain free. And we'll catch you on Monday for the regular live stream. Oh, one thing. Oh, I had a list here, and I thought I ticked everything off. Oh, yeah, that's because I had forgotten to add it onto the list. Very briefly, if you click on the tours section, sorry, I'm just going to show this on the stream. If you click on the tours section, well, mostly it's about the fact, as it always has been, this page, about my private tours where you can book me as a tour guide and testimonials and all the rest. But something that will be available here shortly are the upcoming public tours. These are the ones where, you book a ticket in advance and you just come along on the day. I held a couple of great talks, walking talks, as part of the Boyne Valley Trails September Walking Festival at the weekend. On Saturday with the Myths and Legends of Tara, on Sunday with the Myths and Legends of Brunabonia. I will probably do those again, so watch there. I'm going to do one probably next month. I'm going to do a walking talk, maybe at Tara, and I'll pick a date, and I will obviously advertise it. I'll notify the mailing list and the social media and everything else. But there's nothing in there at the moment, simply because I haven't created an event yet. But you won't have to buy your ticket separately. Coda's barking his head off. You won't have to go to the likes of Eventbrite or a third-party site. You will buy your ticket on the Mythical Ireland website for those walking tour events. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that some of you were able to join us. Not as big an audience as usual, but that's, again, because some of our American friends are in bed. But they will hopefully get to watch this later when they wake. Thank you, Marianne, for your kind comment. Thank you, Ria. Also, you're very, very welcome. And I'm glad that or hopefully you'll have found some use from that today. We'll see you Monday. If not, we may. You know the way it is. Sometimes I live streamed from Fornox yesterday, and a lot of people seem to enjoy that. It was a beautiful day, by the way. It was raining very heavily here this morning, and now the sun is out. Irish weather. Don't you just love it? Anyway, for the moment, slán go fóill.